All right, good morning. And I got to turn this music off. How's it going? Yes, it's Motivation Monday. Welcome in. I see a few people. Thanks for coming in. Always a pleasure to see people coming in. All right, let's take a look and see who's here. All right. Yes. So let's see. Okay. We have a couple of lurkers. All right. I thought somebody typed. All right. Good to see you guys. So anyway, my channel is I Bring It Every Day. And my name is Kelly. And I like to do motivation on Mondays just to kind of get everybody started on a positive note to start your week off. And the idea is to, you make a plan sort of for what you want to do for the week. And you sort of take the steps or think about the steps to how to get to that plan. And then, if the steps don't work out, then you adjust and you sort of go to different things. Um, so that's sort of like what we've been doing on the I Bring It Every Day channel. And please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you hear and come back. But basically, I do some cooking, some crafting, and a little bit of motivation. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about inspirational thoughts. And I've been sort of accumulating a lot of different motivation from different places. And it's been, kind of interesting. Good morning. We have, okay, Love Crochet Babe 65. Hello. And she's saying, good morning, Kelly. And chilly. Oh, gosh, 51 degrees in Orlando. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Yes. Good to see you, too. Boy, that's chilly. I have no idea where we are, what the temperature is. Off to look. But I think Nightbot, when Nightbot jumps in, you can put weather space and then your city state and it'll tell you where you are, or your weather space, your zip code, and it'll tell you. But that's really funny. Oh, that's cold. So what's going on in Florida? Why so chilly? But anywho, so I've been really thinking about I would say that Thanksgiving, in the United States is Thursday. And, most people are, talking about gratitude. And hopefully that's something that on that big day, everybody gets together and sort of thinks about what they're grateful for. But I always maintain that you want to be grateful every day, not just on Christmas. And they say that gratitude brings blessings into your life. Whether, whenever, so versus being extremely negative and just focusing on the negative, focusing on the positive and being grateful tends to bring blessings on your life. And many, many motivators will say that. Yeah. Let's see. We got Suzanne. Hello. Good day. Join the library stitching group. Oh, yay. That's one of my favorite passions. It's been great finding an outlet to donate my makes. Thanks for your motivational talks. Okay. Thank you, Suzanne. Always, I appreciate the support also. So for sure, it's been really interesting. Those groups. See, the other part of motivation, and I say, like, during the holidays, a lot of people have difficulties managing these family relationships and things like that. And one of the things that we talked about also in the past is, what do you do when you're feeling like overwhelmed? And if you think about the news in the United States, this political environment's been terrible. I'll just be honest. And, so a lot of people are trying to figure out how they're going to manage during these holidays when they're around family members that may have opposing, views, right? And once again, you have to sort of manage it the best way you can. And the only way I can say is to sort of face it in a positive manner. Yeah, so it's crazy. But yes. Oh, meditate. Hold on, I'm going to put that on the screen. Thanks, Scott. Good to see you. Yes, that's one of those things you're going to have to do for sure. And good morning, Kelly Crew. All right now. I appreciate it. Well, thanks for coming in. So poor controversial cruising is like in California. So what time is it? Way too early. 5:01 a.m. Oh my goodness. That is terrible. But thank you for coming in. Yes. But anyway, there's Scott's link there. And yeah. Thanks for supporting the channel. We always appreciate. Oh, it's 6. Oh boy, I can't add. Okay, 6. All right. Well, that's not as bad. But like, ugh. Yeah. Okay, good. Oh, you were up at 4. Oh my Lord. Okay, well, that's why you can make it. I don't know how you do it. That's a lot. That is a lot. Okay. So today, my plan was just to read some motivational quotes, get some feedback on what you think, because I'm all over the place. So like I said, try to stay positive. That's the plan of this Motivation Monday. Start your day off positive. Just kind of think about some of the things that you want to do. Maybe today, tomorrow, this week, this month. Figure out how you're going to manage these holidays, in terms of these family relationships, because I think that's going to be a big deal. And then like go for your goals and really, try to dream as big as you can and go for it. Yeah, so that's where we are. So these are some quotes that talk about like getting up and getting out. And that's the other thing. You want to get up and get out, get a strong, fast start on the week. Yeah. All right. So here's a couple of quotes. I was looking at these I always look at these just kind of here and there, and I go, okay, let's check it out. So let's see. So here we go. This is from J.M. Power. And they say, if you want to make your dreams come true, the first thing you have to do is wake up. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it? So once again, if you want to make your dreams come true, the first thing you have to do is wake up. J.M. Power. Oh, yes. Yeah, Nightbot. Nightbot's got you. So anyway, so I have a couple of new members on the channel, and I like to say, thanks for supporting me. And Mrs. High donated some memberships. This is awesome. So yeah, so enjoy the memberships. Hopefully you're getting a little something. I can't do a whole lot these days, but yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, you always make your bed. Oh, okay. And you say that's important. Now tell us why. And that's an interesting thing. And I think, well, at least my thoughts, I'll tell you what my thoughts, and then you can put yours in the chat, Scott, is everything, not that you have to be perfect, but you sort of have to be organized in how you approach life, right? Somewhat organized. I think that's really important. So the idea is, if you can, you have to get up. You have to get up, and you have to get up with a mindset that's going to lead you forward. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, look who's here. Hi, Uno. Good morning, Kels in chat. You look great in red. Oh, thank you. That's definitely your color. Okay. See, I never wear red. That's great. Thank you. Yeah. So that's the first thing. So you got to get up, right? You got to get up, but you got to get up and be ready. And let's see. So Henry David Thoreau used to say, he's an author, an early morning walk is a blessing for the whole day. Now that's something that's on my bucket list to try to do more of, at least earlier in the day, is, doing that early morning walk. And he lived in a really nice, beautiful, like farm or, rural setting. And so walking through nature is kind of a good thing to sort of help you get your mind right. So if you're dealing with a lot of stress and things like that, during these holidays, it's a good thing to do. Yeah. Yes. And yes. Okay. So controversial cruising, Scott is saying, I feel like it sets you up for the day. They say it gives you a sense of accomplishment. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Sense of accomplishment. That's good. So making your bed is very important, right? And improved mood. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, speaking of improved mood. So they say a little exercise. So Uno, he already has that down. I do not. But I think a little bit of exercise is good for you. So they talk about, walking. And they say walking is a good, if you're not in good shape, it's a good way to start. You do a few steps. And I even started doing this thing where I walk around my house, or I just sort of do a loop. And like if I feel like I'm sitting too long or things like that. So I've been wearing, and of course I didn't put my watch on today, but if you have those fancy watches that monitor your health, it's a good way to keep track of your steps. Now, a lot of the phones track your steps and movement and things like that as well. But the watch I find is good because it kind of tells you from time to time. It says, get up. You've been sitting too long. Get up. It's time to stand. And I never really think about it, but I do find that during the day I'm up and down anyway. I don't know, but a lot of people don't move around a lot. So that really does help you sort of get that blood pumping through your body. You know what I mean? Even if it's just a walk. Yeah. Uh-oh. Let's see. Uh-oh. See Scott saying, Kelly, not sure if I ever showed this to you, but before this cruise channel, I worked for a fitness influencer online doing all the social media. But he was a wellness company. Ooh, you have to tell me who that is behind the scenes. That's pretty cool. Yes. All right now. And your channel really brings me back. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I wish, like I said, I have some things I need to work on as well, but I'm just trying to give everybody just some, like as they say, food for thought. Just things to think about. As you go through your day, and then hopefully, you can sort of bring yourself out of some of the negative stuff. Because, like I said, social media has been fairly negative, as you all know. It can be, So hopefully this will help out just a little. See, we got Kenneth Wilkinson. Yay! How was your weekend? Oh, it was pretty good. I unfortunately I did do some shopping. I tried not to, but so they had this fiber show by my house, and it was small. It was really nice, and of course, like you have to go. Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good, and it was good just to see the fiber people, see what they're up to. Everybody's dying and spinning and dying and spinning and knitting and crocheting, doing all those things. So it's cool. But yes. And then, but thanks for asking. And tell us how yours was going, Miguel. Or was that Kenneth? That was Kenneth. Well, how was your weekend? Yeah. Well, how was everybody's weekend, actually? Yeah, Kenneth asked. Yeah. How was your weekend? Yeah, that's good. So anyway, so then Scott's saying, I really love the mindset and motivation part of life in human. Yes. Yes, it's really good. I mean, and it's weird because I sort of fell into this. I didn't necessarily sort of go out in this direction, but it sort of helped me. Like it sort of helps me sort of stay focused too. And when I started doing YouTube, you sort of have to be fairly strategic a little bit in what you're doing. If you're trying to, grow your channel and stuff like that. So I've always thought about, so it got me sort of thinking more about strategy and what to do. And maybe I'll try this, maybe I won't, things like that. Yep. Miguel's always moving. Yeah, he's chasing the chickens and the geese. Yeah, it's good. And then Scott's saying, I love it. And talk the other day about ingredients. We all need to peek our heads up about it. Yeah. Yes. And just stop stop just burying it. That's right. Yeah. Yep. Before it becomes a problem. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a, a professional, but I will say, a lot of people say that, okay. Yeah. There's a lot going on. I didn't cover this in my cooking show the other day, but there have been more recalls, like a lot. And they're kind of saying, oh boy, you just need to keep your ear to the ear to the news, little ear to the news. But there were some, I think, organic carrots. See, the problem is, I think with a lot of these organic and things like that, they're raised on farms, and then, with farm animals come, the waste, and then the waste gets in the food, and that's I noticed that's been happening a lot. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, sorry if I opened up a box of cereal. Yeah, no, you're fine. But speaking of all that food and stuff, and I was thinking about the other day, I wanted to mention one of the things that the Centers for Disease Control and the USDA recommends, and if you guys are cooking for Thanksgiving, make sure you don't leave that food on the table. And they say for a max of 2 hours, and I would even say put that away sooner, because bacteria and stuff can grow on the food, and you find that when you have these gatherings, you leave the food out for a very long time. So I would just say, rethink that whole process, and try to pack it up as soon as you can, because you can get a lot of bacteria. And especially I noticed with poultry, you got to be really, really careful. Just make sure it's cooked thoroughly, and wash your hands, all that stuff. You use those clean kitchen practices and all those things. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But these are the things that you got to think about. Yep. And you think they're a distraction. Ooh, I did not know that. I don't know. I'm not really sure what that is, Miguel. It's very weird. But I just find that it's weird that these, and good morning, official Jamia. Yeah, I think that and then she's in the bushes. I love that. Good to see you. Yeah, I think that I don't know. I'm starting to wonder like what's going on, with the food because it has been very weird. Oh, but I do have some positive news, and I don't know if I have the name of it correctly, but there's an ingredient in soda. It's called brominated something. It's like and it was a emulsifier. And apparently they're banning it in the United States, whereas in Canada, India, and some other places, it was already banned. And it's BOV. I can't remember what the V stands for, but if you Google it, it's an ingredient that they put in sodas that they're banning, and it took the United States like forever to talk about it. But some of the and it was an old ingredient that was I think they started it in the 20s or the 30s, and they've been using it ever since. But it's been linked to some stuff, so I'm like, oh, okay, so finally we're getting this stuff, even though like I don't recommend soda, but now that hopefully they say that these soda companies are taking this ingredient out, so we'll see. But yeah, there's that. Yes. Oh, Miguel. Now this is interesting. I sometimes I wonder about that. I mean, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. The thing about we do have common sense, but it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, but then I've seen some goofy stuff on YouTube, right? Or TikTok and all these other places. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Most people, I would say most people do have common sense, but I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about all this stuff? I mean, it has been in the news a lot, and that's why I've sort of been talking about it. And it's not just me. I mean, there are a lot of people on social media that are talking about these recalls and stuff. But anyway, there's that. I don't know. Something to think about. But anyway, let's get back to the good news. So we're just saying get up. So these are kind of relating to get up and get running, in the morning. But Miguel has no choice because he has to chase the farm animals. Okay. So let's see. Now here's an interesting. This is Richard Watley, and he said if you lose an hour in the morning, you will spend all day looking for it. Ooh. So if you don't get started right away, you'll be, marking time to catch up. Yeah. Yes. Oh, just because we have it doesn't mean we use it though. Right. Thank you. I didn't want to say that, but that's the way I feel, So like, what's an example? I've been just seeing people doing weird stuff online, and I know they're doing it for attention or whatever, but like in the United States, I think the biggest blessing is we have food. The biggest anti-blessing is we have food. We have too much food. And a lot of people are just, and I think a lot of people have sort of given up on cooking and actually their health. I think the health, I don't know if you noticed, but the health things is sort of, everything goes in cycles, right? And people now, I think, I don't know. I see like it's kind of split. I see people trying to be healthy, and I see other people, they're still eating all that McDonald's, and they're eating fast food. They're eating everything out of a box. And and like I said, if you read those labels on the box, like the food that's being mass produced is not particularly healthy. And and so, and I'll bring up Scott the other day, he was talking about like he likes stovetop stuffing, and so do I. I used to love that so much. And even though it's not like, it's a little salty, but I always liked, but I think there's flavor enhancers in there and stuff like that. And I think that's what it is. Like, so the one example that I can give you is that, there's a chicken fast food restaurant, and they said that there's about 100 ingredients in their basic chicken, and a lot of them are flavor enhancers. And what's very interesting is they say that these flavor enhancers like MSG, monosodium glutamate, and there's others, but these flavor enhancers make you sort of addicted to the taste. And and I'm just flashing back to my husband's nephew, no cousin. He was his cousin, little cousin. His little cousin was like 8 years old, and he came to our house. And he said, "Can I have the seasoning bottle?" And he literally sat next to the seasoning bottle. I had this huge seasoning bottle. It was a mixture of all these different things, but it had some MSG in there. And he would just cover his entire plate with this, with the seasoning. and he could not eat without the seasoning. And I said he kind of had a little addiction to this seasoning. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe like for him, just even though like I said, you don't want plain food, you want your food slightly seasoned, but he was just like a lot of people with the salt shaker, just covering his food with this seasoning. And I thought like, wow, that's a lot. And he's a little kid, but that's what he sort of in his mind, that's what he thought he needed, on everything. It was just anyway. But like I said, these things have a lot of, they're a little addicting, and your tongue, you get used to it, and then God forbid you have like some real stuff that somebody make, and you probably can't eat it because it doesn't have all the MSG in there, and other things like that. So anyway, these are the things that I think about. And he was just a little kid, he was a little kid. So let's see. All right, so that's it. Oh, okay, so I caught up with the chat. I just want to make sure. But so I'm just saying, like, this food has just been very, very complicated. And I'll just end it right there. and I hate to beat I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but it's just like, I'm just saying, get the fresh ingredients, do the best you can, and they can be frozen or canned. I mean, they're not the best, but they're good. I mean, it's better than getting something out of a box, right? And you can control the salt, the sugar, all those things if you have any of those health issues that are associated with that stuff. Yeah. So here it is. All right. Okay. Now this is Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he says, "Write it on your heart every day." Oh, hold on, let me read it again. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. And I'll say that one more time. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. So once again, get up and choose to have a good day. Like you're going to say, it's like an affirmation. I'm going to have a good day. And I think all that brings like the positive energy into your day. When you're like, I'm going to have a good day or else. So anyway, there's that. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. So those are sort of some of the things that I was thinking about, just, like Scott said, think about that meditation, do a little, move your body a little bit, feed your body as well as you can. And you have to take self-care. You have to take care of yourself. And that's it, and no one's going to do it except you. Right. That's right. Oh, there you go. I like it. Okay. Oh, wait, I missed the stovetop. I don't know if I like stovetop. It was more to commit to the bit. Oh, okay. But you were eating that. I think you were enjoying that, Scott. I just thought that was so funny. Oh, but the other thing I wanted to tell you is that stovetop. I don't remember. Like I said, we bought a box about a year ago. I know it's probably like expired by now, but I just wanted to see like what was in there. And it was interesting. Like, it had a huge, ingredient list. So, it's kind of scary. Like, so anyway, so the bottom line is I don't remember it having that many ingredients in it in the old days. Like, because I grew up with my grandparents, and my grandmother was somebody who cooked from scratch, and she was just like, this is crap. Why are you eating it? But sometimes I would just like to have stuffing, like randomly throughout the year. And so I would just buy it like here and there and just throw it with some chicken or whatever. But making stuffing is a pain. Like it's very, time consuming. So I know why people don't do it because it's time consuming, right? Yeah. So anywho, but we'll go on to the next thing here. So Scott's saying, but he did look like he was enjoying it. Hold on. And he said, the way you speak to yourself really helps. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. You have to get in, you have to clear out all that negative self-talk. Cause that's another thing. Like, sometimes if if you've been through some stuff, like everybody's been through some stuff, but you always have to remember today, tomorrow's another day, like if you have a bad day yesterday, like Monday's a new day. If you had a bad day on Sunday, Monday's a new day. And you sort of have to try not to focus on any of that past stuff, that may have happened. Yep. Oh, the inner roommate. Nice. I love it. That's pretty funny. And you said, "Oh, inner dictation." Yeah. Yeah. And that's a tough one. And that's one of those ones, like if it's particularly negative, and if it's running your life, like that's when you need those professionals. But I think like I spoke to a lady at the fiber show yesterday, and she was telling me that she's always been working out, and she said because she's got some issues, and she says, and it keeps the crazy away. And I went, okay. That's pretty cool. And at least she was self-aware. She goes, I have to work out to keep away the crazy. And I went, all right now. So there is something to this, you know what I mean? And she was like a living example of that. And I've had other people tell me that as well. They said, how can you not exercise? I went, well, I just never was into that. Like I would always play sports, so if I played basketball or, football, kickball, stuff like that. Like we would do that kind of stuff. And I was really into that, but I just like going to the gym and all that stuff. I never developed the gym rat. What do they call them? Gym rats. The gym rat mentality. The people that just love, going in there. I did 85, this thing. And I'm like, every time I would go in the gym, I would be looking at my clock or looking at my watch, like saying, how much longer do I have to be here? But that's just me. I know I'm bad, but that's kind of where I'm at. Okay. So anyway, let me see. Oh, I forgot to look. Let me look at the Instagram. I keep forgetting them. Let me take a look, see if anybody's over there. Is anybody in there? Nope, nobody's in there. So that's good. Okay. So I didn't ignore them. All right. All right. So let's see. Oh, Mima Don P. Good to see you. Yeah, working out actually does keep the crazy away. Thank you. Just taking a walk helps. It releases serotonin. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. Yes, thanks for backing me up on that one. And that's what Scott said a little earlier. Yeah, he said it's good to release that serotonin. Yeah, that's great. So that's little things that you can do. Oh, and also when you're at these meals, and if you have these family discussions, you can always go back in there, and if you just need to go out and take a walk, take a walk around the block, to get away from that, whatever's stressing you out, you know, take some deep breaths and slowly, in and out, and just like release all that negativity, and that should get you through it. And then, and then it never hurts. I hate to say to if it gets particularly hard to deal with, I would say go home, like get out of there. There's nothing wrong with, paying your respects and then, getting out of there if it gets bad. And I've heard, that's happened to people in the past. And I've been fairly lucky because my family is kind of similar to me. Like they're pretty chill. So we don't really get into like major discussions like that. But, it's definitely something that, you might want to do, if you just feel like it's too much for you. But anyway, but now here's the next theme. So we talked about getting up, getting a fast start. Now we're going to talk about some of your dreams. And I always say, if you have any bucket list things that you want to do, try to get them done as quickly as you can, as quickly as, financially, and time constraints and things like that. Because there's all these different things that can stop you or can slow you down. But, if you have these bucket list places that you want to visit, so Scott's doing all those, I think. It sounds like he's doing that. Let's see. So thinking about your dreams. So you have to really think about like, what do you really want to, what do you really want to be when you grow up? What do you want to try? Things like that. But this is Lolly Daskell, and this is an executive coach. And they say life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. So you can go and create some of the things that you might want to, that maybe you don't have it right now, but it's all about you. It's something within you that you can create the life that you want. And, there's always steps, that you have to sort of take to get there. Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. I like it. Dawn P. Yes. Yes. And she says, I do that all the time with my family. They get heated in a conversation and I walk out of the room. Yep. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's awesome. You have to, it's self-preservation, because once again, you have to take care of yourself. It's all about, this is what you have to do for yourself. And it's not selfish to take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Because nobody else can do it for you. They really can't. You can have a spouse that may, help you, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that can help you out on the side. But really, it's up to you to figure out how to take care of yourself. Yeah. At least I think, all right. And this is an interesting one. This is from Shonda Rhimes. She was the showrunner or writer of Grey's Anatomy. And she said, you can waste your lives drawing lines, or you can live your life crossing them. Yep. So you have to, making your own way. And that kind of goes back into, if you want to do those bucket lists, you have to find your way to your dreams. You know what I mean? Yep. And she definitely did that. She did her own thing. And, she did a show that was not, I'm trying to think if that genre wasn't really, it was not really as popular, but then became more popular, when that show became popular. Yeah. And then here we go. Oh, so this is an interesting one. Speaking of family. So this one says, this is Allie Brooke. And they say, if we were all kind, if we were all loving and respectful to one another, this world would be so different. Wow. Isn't that interesting? So it starts with you and you can do it. Don't let anything hold you back. And that's Allie Brooke. And I'm going to do that again. That's a very long quote, but here we go. Okay. So if we were all kind, if we were all loving and respectful to one another, this world would be so different. So it starts with you and you can do it. Don't let anything hold you back. Yeah. And so for me, that one resonated with me, and that's sort of been in my head. And that was articulate. I think she articulated it way better than I ever could. But that's really the bottom line, right? Yep. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let me see what Dawn P saying. What about those of us that find ways around the lines? I follow the rules. I just find the loopholes. Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people do. That's how they manage, right? I think that's how a lot of people manage life. But the thing is, they like, I think maybe I'm misinterpreting this, but I think, I don't know if you've noticed, but in life, a lot of people sort of draw lines. They say, you can only do this. You can't do it this way. You got to do it this way. And sometimes you can't necessarily follow the beat of other people's drummer. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't always work for you, and I'll give you like my prime example is like my channel's kind of different than a lot of people's out there. And it's sort of like I decided to like, I know when everyone said, do a YouTube channel, it's got to be a specific niche. If you don't go in a specific area, you're never going to make it, and things like that. And I'm one of the few people, I think, who does a lot of different things that made it, sort of. I'll say made it, because a lot of times, channels fail and you just never know. And a lot of people try to talk me out of a lot of the different things that I do. And I sort of stuck to my guns and I said, well, I'll do the best I can. We'll see what happens, and it's funny because I haven't heard myself say that, but when I first started my channel a couple of years ago, I would say, well, let's see what happens. And I didn't realize I said that about 1,000 times. I didn't even mean to even say that, but I guess I was just like, well, let's see what the YouTube gods, give me. I don't know. but that's just an example of my channel. If I had been more, niched or more guided in one direction, I don't know how I would have done. I don't know. I always wonder, like if it would have been different. But like, sort of like in YouTube world, my path is not the same as Scott's path, and Jamia, she's her path, she's very, very specific in an area, and she's been really successful. And Scott's somewhat specific, although he's branched a little bit too. But mine is all over the place. So I'm kind of different, I think, from a lot of the people that are on YouTube. But I don't know. You can tell me. But yeah, there we go. And then here's something a little bit about hard work. And this is from Estee Lauder. And she said, I didn't get there by wishing for it or hoping for it, but by working for it. And that's Estee Lauder. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Scott, that's funny. So I'm going to read Estee Lauder, then I'll put your comment on. So she said, one more time, I didn't get here by wishing for it or hoping for it, but by working for it. Yeah. So there's a little bit more than just wishing or dreaming. Yeah, you have to really put forth the work. And I don't know her complete story, but I know that there were some issues. I think they had a movie about her, something like that. But Estee Lauder's kind of interesting. I think she had an interesting story too. But see, you call them sub niches. Yes, I love it. LMAO. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. But I just think of like the crocheters, like they're very specific and there's specific things that they do. And, but I do a little crochet, but not a lot, but here and there, yeah, things like that. And we got Boucher Street. Hello. Yes. Good to see you. I like all the different directions you're going. I kind of do that too. Okay. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. I'm all over the place. And I think I always was like that. Like I said, when I was a kid, I was always dabbling in different things. So, but I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, meatball Tonfi. I like it. I already remember that. Sub niches. I've been looking for a new way to put that. It is true. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, Scott's funny. He's got it. Let's see. So I like that there. And then this is Amelia Earhart. This is very interesting. So she says the most effective way to do it is to do it. Real simple. I like it. So Amelia Earhart says the most effective way to do it is to do it. And that just means like just, not thinking about it, like just getting off your buns and doing it. And I think a lot of people sort of overthink things, and they say, oh, I'm thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about doing this. Maybe I'll do it this way. Maybe I'll do it that way, going down that rabbit hole. And so you really have to try not to, like, in other words, you can try one thing. And if it doesn't work in that direction, you can always, pivot and go in another direction or just alter your course, So it's maybe if it doesn't work out, it's not failing. It just means that you need to go in another direction. There we go. All right. So here we go. Oh, this is a good one. This is talking about you'll get through this, right? So, and this is very interesting. And I should have pulled this out next. Now, this is from Zig Ziglar. This is an interesting one. Zig Ziglar did a lot of motivation in sales stuff. And he said, you don't drown by falling into water. You only drown if you stay there. Yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, I like this one too. All right, I'm going to have to put these in the description afterwards. I really like this one. So once again, you don't drown by falling into water. You only drown if you stay there. So the way I interpret that one is, if you hit a negative patch, the main thing to do is to get out of there. You know what I mean? So once again, if something isn't going the way you want it to go, then you just have to alter your course. And, you're never going to drown unless you stay in the water. Wow. That's pretty funny, but interesting. Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, and then this sort of talks to what Scott was saying earlier too. Oh, let me see. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I like this. Dawn P. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on this. And she says that reminds me of something I was told when I was thinking about trying something new. The only thing you lose from trying something you fear is the fear itself. That is correct. Yes. That's great. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. And there's another quote that's kind of similar to that. I can't I have to see if I can I'm going to try to get back to that. My memory is bad right now. But they kind of say yeah, it's something very similar to that. Yeah. But I'll get back to that, Dawn. But that is good. That is very, very true. Yeah, you do lose the fear because once you do it, it's done, right? And then you go, oh, that wasn't so bad. Because it's usually there's usually more involved in your mind than there actually is in reality. You know what I mean? You go, oh, this could go wrong, this could go wrong. But then half the time what you imagine doesn't even happen, right? And that's for sure. Yeah. So I like that one. Yes. Oh, we have Ross. Hello. Good day. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, that's for sure. But this is what Wayne Dyer, and I don't know if you guys have listened to Wayne Dyer, but he's another motivational speaker, but he says, you cannot always control what goes on outside, but you can always control what goes on inside. And that's really talking about, what's going on in your head. So you want that calm mind. You want to have positive, positive mindset, as you go through your day, because like I said, what happens to you, on the outside, or what people do or say or whatever, you can't control that, but you can control how you react to whatever's going on outside. Right. And that's what Wayne Dyer's sort of talking to. Oh, we got Pendar. Hey, good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yes. Very good. But I like that one too. Yeah. So, and that's a big thing. I'm one of those people who, I guess it's kind of weird not to like throw all my business out there. Oh, it's Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Oh, thank you, Dawn. I knew I heard that. Yes. Okay. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. That's right. Yes. Oh, good morning. We got Sanita. Good to see you. Yes. And nice to see you, Pendar. I can only use my fingers. Yes. That's really good. Yeah, that's awesome. So here's the other thing that's very interesting too. But the whole thing is, yeah, you have to sort of, keep going in terms of, because like I said, a lot of people will try to talk you down on certain things that you want to do. And I don't know, sometimes I think they're trying to help and they're trying to be helpful, but if you feel so moved, to go in any particular direction, there's nothing wrong in going in that direction. And it's good to get advice. You can always get advice from people. And you can sort of, I always file it away. I always go, okay, well, I can think about that. I'll think about that. But if you feel so moved, to go in a direction, just do it, and there's no harm. And the biggest thing is, it might go well, you know what I mean? Or it might not, but then you just alter what you do, right? Oh, advice is free. I love it. Take it or leave it. Yes. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, I like that. Oh, we got Ashley Wester. Good morning. Good to see you. Yes. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes. So, oh no, this is interesting. Now this is something we've talked about a couple weeks ago too. So this is Anne Lamott, and she said almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. And we hear a lot of people, on YouTube, they talk about, I'm taking a hiatus, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But I think this is good throughout the day, regardless of what you're doing. So, and so if you find that you're getting overwhelmed, with whatever you're doing, just take that 5-minute coffee break, go outside, walk around, maybe listen to some music if you're feeling kind of down, if you just want to pump yourself up, and then talk to people, and always like talk to those people that uplift and support you, if you just need a little kick, you know what I mean? And that's really good, and I think that helps you. So the unplugging, And I always in last week I was saying to people like I appreciate that you guys come, but make sure, that you get offline and just get out there in nature. Just sort of have that balance. I guess that's what I'm saying. So, it's good to have a little bit of balance. And don't do too much of one thing. Don't eat too much. Don't exercise too much. Don't don't crochet too much, even though I love doing that. But it's just that you really have to have some balance. And I really think it keeps your mind going. You know what I mean? And you're so much happier if you're sort of exploring some of the things that you don't normally get a chance to do. Yeah. But that unplugging, I think, is very important. Yeah. Let's see. And then let's see. Dawn Peace said, I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning before getting my day started. Have a great day. All right. Thanks for coming in. Oh, and Ashley's off today. All right. Good for you. So what are you going to do today? Hopefully you'll do some do some creating and have a little fun, but get some exercise and eat something good. That's what I always say. Yeah, just try to, like I said, take care of that body because you only get one. And yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've really, like I said, I've been on this kind of a path. Just I won't say it was by accident, but in a way it was. It just sort of evolved, I guess, and that's sort of the way life is. It sort of takes you down paths, and you just go, "Wow, how did I get up here? How did I end up here?" That's cool, Yes. All right. Let's see. So Ashley's off. Good for you. Let's see. All right. And then we've got. So this is something. Okay. Let's see. That's a little too heavy. I'm not digging that one. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is good. All right. So this is from Nicole Reed. And she says, sometimes bad things that happen in our lives put us directly in the path of the most wonderful things that will ever happen for us. Happen to us. So one more time. Sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us directly in the path of the most wonderful things that will ever happen to us. Now, it's interesting. I don't think that I've ever had that happen. A lot of people have said that. I've seen that said in many ways, but I can't think of an example in my life where that's been the case. It's very interesting, but I've heard many, many people say that they've lost something and then ended up in a much better place, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. That's never happened for me that I can recall. Yeah, but that's about the third or fourth person that has said that. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Does anybody have a situation where that's happened? I don't know. But here's something though. This is Marilyn Monroe. She was pretty smart. She said, just because you fail once doesn't mean you're going to fail at everything. Yep. So once again, just because you fail once doesn't mean you're going to fail at everything. Marilyn Monroe. Yeah. That's a pretty healthy view of life, And then, okay, here we go. This is Dawn just left us, and this sort of reminds me of the quote that she said earlier about the fear, and this is interesting. So this is Nelson Mandela, and he said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." And I've seen this quote before. Yeah, it always seems impossible until it's done. So it's sort of like you think, the fear in your mind is saying, "Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it." But then you do it and then it's over. And then you're like, "Oh, all right. Okay. Why was I concerned?" Right? Yes. Which is good. All right. So there it is. So, like I said, I'm trying to make sure that like I said, we start out the week in a positive note. Sort of today was more like affirmations and thinking about, ways that you can sort of get yourself back, if you're in a negative area of your life, to get yourself out. So like I said, make sure you eat well, buy fresh, eat well, cook for yourself. Try to, you eat as much unprocessed food as you can. Enjoy that Thanksgiving holiday. and try to, if you have those family members that you butt heads with, just take those couple of breaths and go out, take a walk if you need to, but try to, take care of yourself and eat as well as you can, but try not to eat so much junk, even though it's so good. Believe me, I understand, wanting to eat all that pies, cakes, cookies, all that good stuff. Everything in moderation. But just try to, you know, just remember what the day is about, and just remember every day, try to get out there and just sort of like they say, count your blessings. You know, I'm still here. Still have, like I still have a job. I have a home. Things like that, because that really can take you out. I'll tell you another thing that you can do to take you out of a negative mindset. Is to think about what you do have, and sometimes if there's something that you've been working toward that hasn't worked out, a lot of times it is because it isn't meant for you. And that's a thing that I think a lot of people don't understand or accept. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. You really have to, because a lot of times, maybe that direction that you're going isn't for you. You know, and so you sort of have to, be prepared for that, right? But at least if you make a good attempt at whatever it is you're doing and you're doing your best, then there's no harm, whether it works out or not, right? And I think that's kind of the bottom line to all this. But anyway, I was just hoping that I could, leave you with some positive thoughts. The I Bring It Everyday channel is always a safe space for anybody who wants to be here. And, I like chit chatting with the people. So anyway, once again, I want to say thank you to anybody who's lurking back in the in the bushes. Hopefully you've gotten something out of this. But thank you to the subscribers and to the members on the channel. Thank you so much for keeping me going. It's been a interesting couple of years, and it's been fun. And I'm hoping that I can just leave you guys with some good stuff to start your week. All right now. So anyway, well, I'm going to head out because I got to get, I got some work stuff to do and all this, got to get my week started. So, but anyway, like I said, I appreciate your time, and I hope everything goes well for you this week, and come back next week. And I don't know what I'm doing this week. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Oh, thank you. Yes. There we go. Let's see. So Suzanne said, thank you, Kelly. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. So eat some good food. I can't wait. Can't wait to hear what you have, how it turned out. Motivational. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Scott. And happy Thanksgiving. Yes. Let's see. Will we see you before today? Oh, Thanksgiving Day? I think so. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's weird. I might actually hit the flea market on Wednesday. I want to see what the food is like. The other thing I wanted to tell you, oh my gosh, I want to get some more pumpkin. I told my husband, I'm like, that was so good. Oh my gosh. Yes. And we went by the farmer's market yesterday, and the farm, they had the stand. They were stocking the farm stand yesterday. So I was like, ooh, they had some good stuff. So I can't wait to look at that. So I think usually before Thanksgiving, there's always one big farmer's flea market that we get to look. Yes. So we'll see. But I'm gonna make probably one not so healthy item. I'm gonna make one before the Thanksgiving holiday, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, you're making pie. Yes, you're on pie making duty. Oh, cool. For Thursday. Okay, gotcha. Well, that's exciting. I do like making those. And let's see. And are you cooking? That would be cool if you were cooking and did it did the sped up video of you cooking the entire meal. Oh boy. So I did get a turkey. So I have to put it. I got to put it in the refrigerator soon, because this thing it's way too big. Why? Anyway, it's a long story. End up with this huge turkey. Okay, Sunita's ready to eat. I appreciate that. It's always good stuff, right? Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's exciting. It is fun to actually cook. But unfortunately, like my kids have to work like the next morning, so they so they're not. We're it's just gonna be my husband and I. So it's not gonna be exciting, but he'll eat. I'll just watch him eat. But time lapse. Ooh, that's a good idea. Ooh. Wonder how much space I have on my phone. Will I be able to do that? Ah, I forgot about that, Scott. Thanks for the tip. I may try that. We'll see what happens. All right. But yeah, but like I said, I have a 20-pound brick in my refrigerator, my freezer. I gotta get that thing thawed. I don't know what's gonna happen. But that's cool. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. All right. So let's see what we got here. Oh yes, I got to show you this one thing here. But like I said, just keep everything positive. When those people drive you crazy, get out, take a breath, take a coffee break. Take a sip. You might need one. It's all good, and no one's going to be mad at you. Do the best that you can for yourself because life is short. I keep saying life is short. Not that I'm trying to be morbid, but you really have to take care of yourself, and it's up to you. It's up to you. Yep. So anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Still got 4 minutes, but I'm gonna have to. I'll shut it down sooner because I'm done. But hey, you might see. All right, I might pop up and do a little cooking. We'll see how this goes. Oh, but Sunita. Oh, hold on. Before I go, Sunita, I got to show you this. So this is what Mr. I Bring It bought yesterday. You ready? He bought this. Yeah. He wants a hat. So I thought you might find that funny if you're still here. Yeah. So this is merino. So he wants a hat out of this. So I'm like, okay. So he bought that at we had a fiber show. So, but I figured you might appreciate that. And Suzanne too. Yep. And Dawn P. But she's already gone. All right. So anyway, well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Uh-oh. And let's see. Awesome color. Ooh, nice. Yeah, thank you. And I'm going to play out to my buddy Drizzle. And I'm going to chug-a-lug my coffee and do all the things. But anyway, have a great day. Yes.